Monica, sneak attacks don't work if you yell it out loud.
If you haven't seen my first video on Stranger Things Season 4, it might be a good idea to go watch it. I'm going to be referring back to it a fair bit as I discuss my opinions on the last episodes of the series. Alright, let's rip this apart. I finished my other video right in the middle of the season. I wanted to wait to review the remainder of it after the last 2 episodes came out. Now I've watched the whole thing a couple of times, and overall, I'm sad to say I'm as underwhelmed at the end as I was at the beginning. Let me explain. To sum up my initial thoughts, I said that the writing felt less cohesive than in previous seasons, that this doesn't really feel like Stranger Things anymore. I also felt that a couple of the acting performances were phoned in, because the people I called out weren't really given much to work with in the first place. My feelings on these areas stayed consistent throughout the rest of the episodes. It makes sense that these mistakes, at least as far as I'm concerned, at the beginning of the season would carry to the end. However, just as I did the first time, I want to point out the things I liked before I tear down the things I didn't. First off, I still think this season was shot well overall. The cinematography is great, and no surprise, the soundtrack for this season was amazing. The way they mixed it with the theme song for the show slaps. The use of Separate Ways by Journey just before the last episode was great thematically, and it sounds intense in all the right ways. Running Up That Hill may have seemed like a weird choice at first. If you knew the song by Kate Bush before all of this, you'd probably be surprised to hear it was in a sci-fi show. But it was honestly the perfect song for so much of this. It did get my blood pumping. And like Separate Ways, lyrically this song fit the emotion of each scene it was used in. There were a lot more jokes that landed for me in this second half too.
You know karate, you said you were a black belt.
I've never fought in a real world scenario, okay? I've only sparred with the other students.
How old?
It doesn't go younger than 13.
It's locked.
I found a key.
All right, either this kid can't hear us or he's being a total douchebag.
How many times do I have to be right on the money before you guys just trust me?
Jesus Christ, this kid's got to get his ego in check.
It's his tone, right?
Oh, when Steve gets so hairy, right? I keep telling him he needs to tame that jungle, but he claims the ladies dig it.
Let me see.
What?
I piggybacked from a pizza dough freezer. What?
I said that Nancy, Steve, Max, Robin, and Dustin were the best characters in the season so far. They do all the heavy lifting for the rest of the episodes too. No surprise there. The Duffer Brothers obviously wanted them to take center stage, and I'm here for it. I had also said in my first video that I'd love to just watch Robin, Steve, and Nancy be the heroes for the rest of the show, and that wish came true. Yeah, the other characters help turn the tide in the final battle, but ultimately, the 3 of them destroy Vecna's physical form. I'm sorry, this shot of Vecna is bringing me back to my Soul Calibur days.
Have already lost.
And his voice makes me think of a lion turtle.
The true mind can weather all the lies and illusions without being lost.
But yeah, these 3 heroes taking him down was as badass as Neville destroying the final Horcrux to defeat Voldemort. I found myself getting choked up during Will's scene here with Mike. And later, when Jonathan promised Will that nothing would ever change his love for him. It's still annoying that all Mike gets to talk about is Elle, but Finn Wolfhard finally got to act, so there's that.
Hey, kid.
Hopper being welcomed back by the crew was well done.
You grown. Yeah. You shrunk.
And the reunion between him and Elle was everything I hoped it would be.
Your hair.
Your hair.
Well, what do you think?
Pigeon.
As with my first impressions of the season, I feel that there are some truly great moments, but A couple of fresh berries and a bad pie doesn't make for a delicious dessert, or whatever. Stranger Things Season 4. I'm not disappointed, I'm just mad. But I don't want to just keep repeating myself with my criticisms. So instead, I'm going to take a little bit of a mystery science theater or CinemaSins approach and crack jokes about all the things that pissed me off. They really wanted us to know this was set in the 80s, huh? Oh no, Elle is bald. Finally, Millie Bobby Brown gets to act. Sorry, Elle, I actually really like you with short hair. Also, I'm really disappointed this door didn't say 20 or something like that.
Who finally decided to join us? Someone's a sleepyhead this morning.
Where am I?
I guess you're still not quite awake, huh? Well, well. Look who finally decided to join us.
I actually think this scene is a perfect encapsulation of what it's starting to feel like watching this show.
Someone's a sleepyhead this morning. Someone's a sleepyhead this morning. Someone's a sleepyhead this morning. Someone's a sleepyhead this morning.
The acting is fine, but contrary to what I've seen others saying online, I actually don't think they tied Vecna's storyline in that well with the rest of the series. Flashbacks like this start to piss me off when they're not using anything that we knew about until this point. You can turn anything new into a flashback by saying, this happened in the past, but that doesn't mean it fits harmoniously into the rest of the story. Correct me if I'm wrong, but none of Vecna's storylines were ever foreshadowed, and no amount of additional information about Elle's time in this lab as a child is going to keep this from feeling tacked on so that they can have another villain for everyone to fight.
Messed up! Okay. Oh, yo, dude's probably got like a family and kids and all that shit. I think we gotta go to the cops with this one, man. We gotta lay it all on him, okay? The whole shebang about your superpower girlfriend, the bad government dudes, the upside down dimension planet thing?
No!
Argyle freaking out about this body and a shallow grave is the most he's been given to work with, and the most opportunity he's had to really perform on this show so far. And I still didn't laugh as hard as I think the Duffer Brothers wanted me to. God, being a janitor in the Soviet Union really blows, huh?
You know, Sarah. And then she died. It wasn't an easy death. She suffered. You were right what you said last night. I knew the risks breaking out of here, but I did it anyway. I sentenced her to death. Just like I did with Sarah. Everyone I love, I hurt.
Okay, Hopper, look. The sentiment of feeling like you're jinxed is one I can relate to. I've felt that way about relationships I've been in, yada yada yada. Being trapped in a prison in the USSR after a freak accident with the Upside Down, I think, is an exception. Reach out to whoever you need to get out of here. You're not the asshole. Damn, Jif really got their money's worth with this product placement. Oh, but did they know that their competitor Peter Pan is sitting on the table too, though? I'd rather watch our heroes break up that brand war than any of the ass kicking that they do in the Upside Down.
Shit.
If you really want to catch Eddie as he's escaping, why waste time ripping off your clothes, boys?
Beautiful performance. Can you not see that we are filming?
This kid understands art and commitment. Stanley Kubrick, eat your heart out.
Argyle. You are?
Eden.
Oh great, love interest for Argyle. This show really needed an E-plot. Also, I'm sorry Susie, you're too late to the party. The actress who plays you is adorable, but again, there are too many characters in this show. I don't want to memorize any more names. I don't care enough. I said in my first video that this season is like a 9-hour movie, but now I've realized it's actually 9 movies in one, ground up in a blender, each missing a shit ton of important scenes. The pacing is all over the place now, and it's draining me.
Can I tell you a secret? Sometimes Papa doesn't tell the truth.
Sometimes Papa doesn't tell the truth. What? What? Whenever there are super smart people, why the fuck are they always playing chess? Like Spock, blah, blah, blah. The lab stuff is getting stale for me too. We get it. These kids were tortured. You've done things like this so much that now I'm just desensitized to it. Look, I said this before. I like that the show establishes trauma as a gateway for Vecna. But just once, I want to see a demon or entity target people who are like super fucking happy. Criminally happy, you know? Or people who have a lactose intolerance. That'd spice things up.
If he even has a heart.
A steak, is he like a vamp? Is he a vampire?
It was a metaphor.
Bullet should work on him, right? I say we chop his head off.
Yeah, I'd say all of the above, but we can't do any of that until we find a way into the Upside Down.
We need Elle to get her powers back.
This interaction here is the greatest representation of D&D this show has put on screen thus far. More than—
Oh, this is so stupid. So stupid.
I agree, Eddie. A lot of this is stupid.
Come on. Great. More running.
But you were down to swim.
Then I'm pretty sure that wooziness is not a common symptom of rabies, but
Are we about to find out that secretly this whole time, rabies has also been coming from Vecna and the Upside Down? I'm actually really pissed we're not getting a road trip movie with Eddie, Steve, Nancy, and Robin. That would have been fucking hilarious.
You don't think they went through? Through Watergate? Without us? Without a plan? Without weapons?
Of course they did.
Either you tell me what's happening, or I told Dustin what I found under your bed.
Please tell me there's a dead body under Lucas's bed.
Honestly, shouldn't have gone with her first. She's like kind of mean.
We'll find your daughter, Mrs. Wheeler. Don't worry.
One of these little brats is gonna squeal. I just know it.
Dude, you're talking to some of the parents of these kids right now. You do know that, right? This isn't a criticism for Murray. He's great in this season. What I am going to criticize is that nothing he, Joyce, or Hopper do here in Russia really affects the overall battle. They're just on an island here waging a war of their own. It feels so out of place. I just don't care that much. Oh God, we keep seeing this window. Did Vecna install it himself as a child? Hey Vecna, you and Harvey Dent should get drinks. I swear, the door, the clock, these wooden boards on every door that the characters try to escape through. Was it Vecna's aspiration to become a carpenter before he became a serial killer? Of fucking course this had to happen. Why? Why include this? At this point, enough other things are going on, and emotionally, they handle all of this with the depth of a pothole that has been hastily filled in. Robin is sad for like 2 seconds, and then there's a happy ending. I'm not mad there's a happy ending, but this is ultimately a waste of time for me. Just cut this. I also think they should have cut Jason and let Lucas stay by Max. I get that they wanted to give Lucas something more heroic to do, but honestly, being in the house is enough. I think at this point, Millie Bobby Brown should save herself time and just get a blood streak tattooed on her face.
Flambe. Nobody moves on to the next phase until we've all copied. Nobody deviates from the plan, no matter what.
Would dying be considered a deviation from the plan? How's someone gonna say copy as a corpse? The door's back.
Mike.
So how useless do you think the guys in the pizza shop actually feel right now? Oh, come on. Dustin has a limp for the rest of the battle, but Hopper voluntarily broke his foot and ankle a day or 2 ago, and he's running around without a care in the fucking world.
That was a miracle. Then we better not waste it.
Phase 4.
Flambe.
Hey, guys, I need a second. I was just choked out by some vines. Hollywood, can you cool it with the slow-mo? Just for a little bit, okay? I'm really tired. Thanks.
Bad, huh? No, you're gonna be fine. We just gotta get you to a hospital.
Eddie died. Okay, let's talk about it. I said that Eddie was one of my favorite characters this season. Joseph Quinn is doing his absolute best performance of a monologue that I absolutely fucking hate. Cliches aside, this to me was a waste of a fantastic character. A breath of fresh air for a series that is becoming stale and a slog to get through. A heroic death for someone like Eddie is powerful. Yes. Dustin's speech about how the town didn't realize how great he was, and he and Eddie's uncle crying. Yes. This did make me sad. Gaten's performance really carries this as much as it can. But the reason I'm truly sad is because we didn't get to know him either. Now maybe that was the point. Maybe the Duffer Brothers wanted that little bit of meta woven in, but I think it's stupid because we don't get to know him. The emotional potency of this is lost because he's nothing more than a new character that gets to dick around on screen for this season alone. If you didn't see his death coming or you were actually really torn up when he died, you're probably 6 years old. Killing him is a cop-out. Don't agree with me? The Duffer Brothers have admitted that they're way too wussy to kill someone from the main cast, but they know that the stakes can only ever be so high if nobody dies. So that's the whole reason they wrote Eddie to begin with, isn't it? Isn't it? The only reason he existed this season was so you could have a hero's death without really committing to it. Great. I hate it. Way to throw away a great character and add another layer to this predictable trifle that this show has become. Like I said, I'm not disappointed, I'm just mad.
We need a doctor! We're gonna get you some help, okay? And just hold on.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
I know. Please.
I don't want to die. I'm not ready.
Sadie Sink saves the show from going past a point of no return by delivering this performance here. I do hope Max is blind forever now. Not because I actually want that, but maybe then I'd believe that this show isn't just gonna become a waste of my time because of plot armor. Well, was this a deviation from the plan? I always wonder in a show like this what they tell the hospital staff when they ask, "What happened?" The first time I saw this, I thought Argyle was squatting to take a shit.
I know you're in there. I know you're in there. Wake up. Wake up.
If I was the monster, it is not me. It is you. What did they do to you?
And you know what that means. Military.
Find a way. If we don't, they are going to die.
Who's gonna die? Elle, who's gonna die?
To fight. You have to fight. Fight! Fight!
Have already lost.
No. You have.
You are never going on vacation again, you hear me?
Now that I'm here in Hawkins, I can feel him, but he's still alive.
Ah, no, trouble again. At this point, I'd start thinking, maybe we're doing this wrong. Maybe we should stop fighting the evil of the Upside Down. These people keep almost eliminating the bad guys. Quit while you're not ahead. Let someone else take a crack at it. The USSR can deal with it. Okay, I'm sure some people will be mad at me, so I'll say this. The finale was exhilarating, despite the few hiccups I mentioned. And the music was great. Still, I don't think a kick-ass finale makes up for a subpar season. One of my favorite shows of all time, Avatar: The Last Airbender, has a phenomenal ending. One that hits a lot of the same emotion, badass, and powerful beats that this finale does. But with the exception of The Great Divide, was there ever an episode or moment in Avatar that felt wasted? Was there ever a storyline that felt like the writers forgot about it or didn't know what to do with it? I'm seriously asking, because if people think so, that's another video idea for me to explore. Well, that's it. Those are my final thoughts on Stranger Things Season 4. I know a 5th season is coming, but I'm sad to say, I'm not even sure I'm gonna watch it. If you liked this video, then please like and subscribe. Links to all of my things are in the description below, and I will see you soon. Dark Hearts of Love.